Right, hello, welcome back to the Rugby show with me and Cam, and let's just basically jump straight into our question of the day. And the question is, I've been trying to get into rugby as my partner is mad about it, but I find it really confusing. What is the most basic rules that I should know first? I'll let you answer it first.
Basic rules. So the ball can't go forward. That's helpful because I know people get confused with American football because it's the same shape ball. So I'd say that for starters. I would say, you can't drop the ball forward either. You can't drop it forward. It's a knock on. You have to keep it back. The goal is to score a try, which is when you put the ball down over the line, which is in line with their posts, the two huge, giant H. I would say scrums, these things when they come together, those only happen when the ball is dropped from a knock-on. It can happen through other things, but mostly that, knock-ons. There's other things, but we won't go into that for now. Teams will just kick to, when they score a try, it's 5 points. A conversion is 2 points. A penalty is 3 points, which is, for example, if I came over the top and just slapped the ball out of someone's hands or something, that's a penalty. A drop goal where they drop the ball and kick it over, that's 3 points. And I would say those are the basics, really. The aim really is just trying to get that ball down through running at the other team to the over the try line and to gain as many points as possible. Through the way you win in rugby is by gaining territory and possession of the ball near the try line. You don't necessarily have to score tries, but tries, it's 5 points, so it's better to do that than just go for penalties and drop goals, which is why we don't see as many drop goals anymore. I would say that's really it. It's moving the ball to an area where you can gain points from, and then try and get more points in the opposition.
Yeah, the ball can't go forward, basically. Passing is, easily done. Basically, you're just passing it with two hands. You can't knock it on, basically what Cam said. The aim is to put the ball down on, over the try line, which is the line.
Or on it if you want,
Yeah, which is basically the line at the edge of the pitch, on the other side, just behind the posts. God, I don't know what else to really say.
Look, there's loads of minor technicalities, which I won't even go into, but, if you've got a partner, if I'm being honest, I've got, there's a girl on my podcast, Jess Hayden, her boyfriend, I think he got her into rugby, or he was very patient. He would sit down and he'd pause games and explain them all to her, what's going on and stuff. You just need to, I think your partner should probably have that patience in the sense of just explain the game to you, and because he'll obviously know the game, and it would be nice for you discussing it as well, but in the sense of getting it firsthand from him rather than us. And I'm sure he's got the skills to explain that to you. I actually had a similar thing with my mother growing up. I was obsessed with rugby, and she didn't really know too much about rugby, but I just, I was watching it anyway, and she sort of liked it and would join in watching it, and then I would explain stuff to her, So there's just having that patience to do it as well. And now it's something that me and my mum do together. We watch rugby together and stuff, and that's something that we've got forever now to do.
Yeah.
To do with each other. We can watch rugby together, and that's a nice little hobby and thing we can do together. So just having the patience and trying to say, hey, would you mind explaining it to me from your the words from your own mouth. I think me and Andrew done a decent job there. It's not a very complicated game, but there's loads of complications with it.
Yeah.
There's loads of little technicalities. For example, there's a kicking game, there's a scrum battle, there's a line-out battle. There's getting over the gain line. There's the whole and breakdown. There's a whole other thing as well. I won't even get into that yet, but there's so many little things as well that make the rugby teams tick. But start there. It's basically just, as Andrew said, and I've said, pass from side to side, try and get through gaps, try and go forward, and and get as many points as possible by scoring tries, by putting the ball on the line or over the line next to the opposition's big giant posts, the H-looking posts, and then or get them to make mistakes and get penalties. You don't have to score tries, but it's what I'd recommend.
Yeah. And I think you've basically covered it. I mean, besides that, tackling has to be below the shoulders, and that's done with 2 arms. You've probably seen that already. And other than that, it's pretty easy. Just tackle them, get them to the floor, and then, yeah, you'll see. If you've struggled to learn it, I mean, imagine there's probably loads of guides on Google anyway. If you just Google it with all the rules. Yeah, there's not really anything else to say about that one. Just make sure the ball doesn't go forward. Scrums are used if you drop the ball, and the aim is to score as many points as possible. So that's all we can really say, unless you want to add anything, or no?
No, I think that's it. I think by watching, maybe going to your local club and just playing touch or something, playing touch rugby, or watching it more, you'll learn yourself.
Yeah. Or if you want a really simplified version, I'd say go for Rugby Sevens. It's basically the same rules, but it's just 7 players on the pitch. So a lot easier to follow. But yeah, I think that will probably be it. Done? Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you did enjoy watching today or listening. If you are on Spotify, we literally answer questions every single week. So if you have a question for me and Cam, we will answer it, put it in the comments section, and we will go ahead and answer it in another episode. But yeah, thank you so much for watching or listening. I've been Andrew, he's been Cam. We will see you in another video. Peace out, guys.